Once there lived a fox and a lion. They were great friends and loved to spend time with each other, but one day they had a quarrel and went their separate ways. Since they were friends, it became hard for them to spend the days without seeing each other. One day, the lion went out in search of his friend, the fox, and found the fox sitting beside a chili plant. The lion asked, "How are you, my friend? What are you doing here?" Since the fox is cunning and clever and enjoys playing pranks on his friend, he replied, "I am doing great, my friend, and I am guarding the king's fruit." Hearing this, the lion's mouth became watery, and he requested his friend to let him taste it. But the fox didn't allow him at first, saying, "I can't let anybody eat this fruit, otherwise the king will kill him." However, since the lion repeatedly requested, the fox said to the lion, "Since you are my friend, I will let you eat it, but only on one condition. You can only eat it when I say to eat from far. At that time, you can pluck a handful of the king's fruit, the chili, and eat it all at once." The lion agreed to it, and then the fox moved away and shouted from a distance, "My friend, eat it!" After hearing this, the lion immediately plucked a handful of the chilies and put them into his mouth with great relish. As soon as the lion started eating, his mouth was filled with a burning sensation, and he couldn't bear it because it was too hot and spicy. The lion was filled with anger and wanted to kill the fox at once. Realizing he had been fooled by the fox, he started chasing the fox but couldn't catch it because the fox was already far from him. A few hours passed and the lion met the fox again, sitting underneath a tree where a big beehive, shaped like a rounded bell, was hanging from its branch. Since the lion is not as clever nor cunning as the fox, his heart had already changed. He was no longer angry with the fox. He asked again, "What are you doing, my friend, and what are you waiting for here?" "I am guarding the king's bell here, my friend," the fox replied. Since in the lion's mind, a bell makes a sound when struck, he started to wonder what it would sound like. The lion then requested the fox to let him touch or strike it. The fox didn't allow him at first, saying, "The rounded beehive has an echo, and if the king hears the sound, he will kill me." But since the lion repeatedly requested, the fox said, "Okay, since you are my friend, I will let you strike it once, but only when I am far away and tell you to strike it. Only then can you strike it." The lion agreed, and the fox moved away, shouting from a distance, "My friend, you can strike it now." As soon as the lion struck the beehive, the bees started stinging his entire body, causing him to swell with pain. The lion was filled with anger again, realizing he had been fooled once more. With the intention of killing the fox, he started chasing it but couldn't catch it because the fox was already far from him. A few more hours passed and the lion met the fox again, resting beside a river pool where a spider web stretched like a mat over it. This time, too, the lion's mind had changed because of his foolishness. Instead of taking revenge, the lion asked the fox, "What are you doing? And what are you waiting for here, my friend?" The fox replied, "My friend, I am the keeper of this mat, and the king told me not to allow anyone to sleep on it." The lion asked, "How does it feel to sleep on it?" The fox told the lion, "The mat feels so nice to sleep on that even if you don't feel sleepy, you will fall asleep instantly, and you won't want to wake up from the mat even if you try." The lion said to the fox, "Since I am your friend, allow me to sleep on it just once." The fox allowed him after the lion repeatedly requested, on the condition that he could sleep on the mat only when the fox was far away and told him to sleep on it. The lion agreed again, and the fox shouted from a distance, "My friend, you can sleep now." As soon as the lion heard the fox's voice, he jumped onto the mat in a sleeping position, which was a spider's web, but he fell through it and got drowned in the river. The lion died because of his foolishness in the end.